welcome everyone to the Real Man to Man Lounge. This is a show a group of men come together and learn, teach each other the very at the very same at the very same time, man. We teach each other, man, and learn from each other. So stay tuned, man. We got 1 hour of real man talk right here, man, on the Real Man Lounge. It's good to see everybody in the lounge, man. I got my brothers up. Most importantly, man, they are some good brothers. They are some good brothers right here. They are the VIPs. They are the VIPs right here, man. I got Philly G. I got Mr. President, and I got the legend, the OG, the Q dog, the diggity dog, man. Diggity dog. All right. Okay, man. Go back. We just got through with the real sports talk show, man. So you want to go back and check that out, man. Old Deuce, I got harassed by Old Deuce, man. I got jumped by the Bayou Boys. But you gotta love it, man. Go back and watch that episode of the Real Sports Talk Show. All right, man. We're gonna start the show out, man. First of all, first things first, man. Before I start, like every lounge, man. Before I start the show, man, I have to say that we here on the Real Sports Podcast are no better than anyone. We're no better than anyone. We don't know it all. We don't have it all. We don't have all the answers. Everything is said. Everything is said from this show. We must practice ourselves and put in motion our very own selves into our own personal lives. So I don't want nobody to think that we on this show just, oh man, these guys think they know it all. No, we don't. No, not by a long shot. We here to learn from each other, and especially I want to hear from these guys right here because they teach me every single time, even when we talk on sports to talk about and the Real Sports Talk Show. So here we go, man. Today, live chat. Oh, no sports talk today, buddy. Not this time. Not on this show, man. Not on this show. I want to talk about today, man, ladies and gentlemen. It is technology. Ooh, oh boy, technology is raising our children. Technology is raising our children. And what I'm getting at is I'm gonna read what is the negative impact on technology that's raising the children today. The positive. I give it a positive. Modern technology boosts productivity as well as the efficiency of human activities as it allows us to perform tasks in less time. Meanwhile, thanks to the huge amount of information available, better decisions can be made and human errors can be reduced. And the negative part about it is because I'm going to go as far as technology and children, I'm going to go inside the house and then I'm going to go outside the house. But I just read the positive. Now I'm going to read the negative. Technology can be a negative effect in its children developing social skills, relationship health, and overall ability to focus and development their social skills. This can lead to more children being socially awkward and withdrawn or shy or intimidated by social situations. So, by that being said, and I don't want to sound like an old man up here talking about technology. And I know as the years go on, technology is going to just sporadically just grow and grow and grow, and that's fine. That's fine. But I think at times technology will get us lazy. Even and I really want to main focus is parenting. I know Philly G and Mark, guys are not parents yet, but as far as just everyday life, and technology is good, but man, it can get us lazy. And I'm going to use kids for example. And I think it was me and Street that was talking a few days ago, and he's like, "Man, I seen kids out playing football." I'm like, "Whoa, what?" When you see something like that, or when you see it in the neighborhood, kids playing outside or anything like that, it kind of like, wow, it's like seeing a dinosaur. It's like something that you just don't see every day. And nowadays everybody's on, PS4, PS5, Xbox One. Like kids are more in the house now, and more reasons why One, because the world is dangerous with all kind of just pedophiles and this and shooting and all that good stuff. But also, man, it's just because I mean technology. You know, if a kid is not playing video games or watching TV, they're on their cell phones. But I think technology, it has its pros and its cons, but definitely it's having an effect on the future. So I'm gonna start with the OG himself and see what you think about technology as far as parenting. And again, I know Philly G and Mark are not parents yet, but I know some kids that look up to you guys and stuff like that in your lives. So, but I'm gonna start with the OG. What you think about it?
Um, I mean, I'm gonna touch on some of the bases that you talked about. I mean, you gave some very good points. I mean, technology. I'm old school, and I really feel technology is a good thing. It gives us the information highway of a whole lot of knowledge that we can get assets to the point of our fingertips. Uh, but what has gone on with technology, with social media, people now, everybody can be a celebrity. Everybody can be seen.
Hmm.
Um, you can, I think, when it comes to our children, you know, parenting, it used to be that when you're told something to do, you do it. And now children have a voice now. Children have a voice when back then you didn't have a voice. So more now is a democracy now. They have a voice, and back then it was a dictatorship. You do what you was told. Now, with children having a voice, they can, and we was growing up, we didn't like the things that were said or whatever was done, but kids have a voice now. They can voice their opinion about what they don't like and what you told them, what you telling them to do.
Hmm.
And so when technology is to the point where they kids are growing up, uh, they're never supposed to think that they are the equal of you, and they're never supposed to cross their mind. But when they have a phone just like you and you got one, and they have the same power. It's all about power. They have the same power that you have. And so when you haven't still the dictatorship in your home and this democracy, now they got the power. Now they got a voice. Now they're this type of monster.
Hmm.
And so that, parenting is not what the parents in now in this generation have gotten lazy. They think that because you're buying clothes and you're putting a roof over their head and you're feeding them, you're taking care of your child. It goes more than that. You have to teach. You have to teach, and we fail to teach nowadays. And we don't teach. That child is not going to be a child always. It's going to be a grown adult before you know it. So we're not teaching. We'll let technology teaching our child. We're chipping them. We're giving them phones. We're giving them earpods. We're giving them iPads. They always got something electronic in their face. And so when you tell them to do something around the home, empty garbage cans or wash the dishes, that with the voice that they have, and they're going to voice their opinion that they don't want to do it, and they'll let, and then so you cannot be the parent that you want to be, because now they got a voice and they got technology, and so technology is really raising them to the point where you don't have no control of your children. It's getting to the point where a lot of households is that the children, that's their house. They run the house and the parent pay the bills.
Hmm.
I've seen it 1,000 times.
Hmm. Hmm.
And to me, I had my experience. I had a bad experience here last week with my daughter and her daughter. My granddaughter's 14 years old, and my daughter took a picture of her with some makeup on. I didn't like it, and I said it's going to cause you problems. She got a Facebook page, and she got on there, and she got, her daddy is kind of like he's not in her life, but he wants to be her friend, to be in her life instead of be her father. So he be's her friend. He kind of goes along with a lot of things that she does so that he can have the relationship that he wants with her by being her friend. He wrong on that part. And so she got to fight both of them, and some guy got on her, some type of pedophile guy, and he was liking her or something like that. So she had to go off on both of them and whatever she was going through. And I say, it all started because you gave her, you made her feel like she was an adult by putting her on social media, putting her on Facebook. Now she thinks that she is equal to all adults that's on Facebook. You know, you got to let a child be a child. And I say, now you done created this monster. Now you got to tame it. And so I told her, I said, good luck to you. I said, I'll call you within another week and see how the progress is going. But, you know, that's another example of social media raising your children. You have to do more than just feed, clothe, and provide housing. You have to get into your children's lives, you know, to talk to them, sit them down. You know, I mean, I know it takes energy and time, but they think that, okay, once I give them this tablet or whatever, that's the part I ain't got to do. But what you're doing is that you're creating something that you got to deal with in the long run. Mm-hmm. And but that's a part of parenting too, and that's what we lose. So that's when social media comes in, and then they so caught up in social media that the disrespect and all that comes into play, and so you can't control them. They just so caught up in that mess, and it's dangerous. Mm-hmm. And it's I feel like you ought to set certain rules with it. You know, if your child got a phone or whatever, you know, at the end of the day, you know, around 8 o'clock, take all that stuff away. Take all that technology stuff, all the phones, iPads, all that stuff. Take that stuff and keep it with you at night. Don't let them go in the room with that stuff at night, because they'll be up all night texting the boyfriends or whatever, and then the boyfriend want to see a picture of their chest or whatever, and they'll do it, you know, and they got that power in their hand. That's too much power for them, really. It's really too much power at a certain age. So that's when you got to step in as a parent and restrict these things. But here's again, the parent don't want to do it because the child got a voice. We go back to that. The child got a voice. These kids got voices now. You know what I'm saying? Democracy. They can voice their own opinion now. And they can voice, and the parent don't want to hear it because they're going to sit there and argue with the child all night long. I'm not going to argue with mine. What I say goes. You know, but it's different nowadays. Kids feel like they can stand up to their parent and talk with them. You know, so when you done got, when social media done grabbed your child like that, it's really a lost cause. Yeah. It's really a lost cause. Your parenting is gone. They don't respect you. It's just terrible. I'm not saying nothing wrong with social media. Social media, it's a great thing. One of the greatest things. A cell phone is the best device mankind has ever made. We use it in the proper perspective. You got the information highway in your hand. Mm-hmm. You no longer going to the dictionary and the thesaurus or the encyclopedia. Those days are gone. You got all the information in your hand. Anything you want to know, there's no reason to run around being stupid and dumb, lack of knowledge. Yeah. You can find out anything through Google. Google is your friend. Yeah. But if used in the wrong way, don't let technology take over your household where you can't control your children. Still be a parent, a full-time parent, not a part-time. Don't be lazy. Just don't give the tablet or a phone to your kid to shut their mouth. Like putting a pacifier in the mouth. You're pacifying them. That's what you're doing. And you need to be teaching them about life. Mm-hmm. It's a restriction. There's more to life than just being on Facebook and technology. Now that you have to get an education so you can get out in this real world and provide for yourself. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So we have to start teaching. Technology is a good thing. It's not going nowhere. It's going to get better, as you say. But the more we let our children get a hold of this powerful tool and don't teach, the more we will lose them. Mm. You know, that's my thing about it. We have to be full-time parents. Don't be lazy. Don't be lazy to the point where you figure like, if I just give them this electronic device or stuff like this, I won't have to use my voice. Mm-hmm. And, you know, and then what you do, you create this monster. And then when you want to take it away, they got a voice. You got to deal with them. They're going to talk back, call you out your name, talk all kinds of stuff to you, and you provide for them. And then the house is in a chaos, all behind technology that you failed to be the full-time parent that you're supposed to be. It's dangerous. You got to learn how to use it in the right way. Parents, step up, be full-time parents. Don't let technology run your household. I'm done.
Hey, but you man, I'm just sitting here soaking it in, bro, because you telling the right thing. My wife commented on it. what you were saying. Social media can be dangerous when the parents don't monitor what the children are doing. Very true.
Mhm.
And it's mostly girls. Usually
She said,
usually
preach. You talking to me?
yeah. Usually be targeted with the
All right,
girls.
Sister Toya, I'm gonna preach.
it usually be the target with the girls, man.
Yeah.
Social media and all these pedophiles out here. But Philly G,
Yeah,
what you
yeah.
got? What you got for us?
I mean, well, as a kid, I was an introvert. Um, I used to play on the game a lot, or just want to stay in the house, watch TV. But there were times where I went outside and played. I feel like getting outside and being active with actual people instead of being on technology for kids is the best thing. Yes, the world is a dangerous place. That's why parents will sit on the stoop and watch their kids as they play, to make sure that
Hmm.
everything goes good.
Hmm.
Um, like we said, those days are kind of gone with the technology that's going on
Yo, it is gone.
today. Yeah.
Mhm.
And as far as like what OG was saying at the end of his sermon, um, saying how you know you don't want to yell at these kids, you don't want to use your voice to yell at these kids, so you just give them what they want, but that's enabling them.
There you go.
I'm watching my nieces and nephews um go through that, quote unquote, right now.
Hmm.
Like, for example, we give them the tablet, but then they start acting a certain way. They want to say no and stuff like that. So the parent, my sibling, tries to take the tablet away from them as like a punishment, and they want to. My whole instinct, though, from my childhood, if they only knew what my mother, their grandmother, was like with us, because grandmas don't beat their children or grandchildren. I'm sorry.
Hmm.
If they knew my mama then, they wouldn't be acting like that.
Hmm.
And I say that butt whoopings should be still normalized today because it don't
Yeah.
happen no more.
Yeah.
Just don't. I'm not saying beat them like bad to where you
Yeah.
got to put in the hospital or something. I'm just saying a belt to the behind, a knee spanking, or something. The grab by the wrist. You know what I'm talking about. You
Well,
never,
it's up. It's up.
never grab for the belt. You only gonna make it worse. Like you gotta do that with these kids today. I mean, I know that it's gonna be hard because of technology and tablets in their faces now. Kids want to have a voice, or they do have a voice, like OG said. But it's like the back talking for me. I know I'm not a parent yet, but when that day comes, that ain't gonna fly with me. You're not gonna back talk to me.
Mhm.
I'm your parent. I'm not your peer. I'm not your friend. I'm not your best friend. I'm not none of these people outside that door. I am your parent.
All right. That's right. That's
So yeah,
right.
that's
Oh,
that's my whole thing on it.
I got you, Philly G.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we got some preaching over here, Mr. President. It's like batting out the Babe Ruth.
Yeah, it is, man. This is a subject that hits pretty close to home for me personally. Because like Philly G, I grew up in a very technologically advanced world. But it's extra important for me because I grew up loving technology, but my dad was born in 1959, my mom was 1961, so they don't really rock with technology at all. It's not really their thing. But the main point of this conversation, and I hope the main takeaway people understand, from listening to us talk about this, is especially what Q Dog said, in the sense of it's cool for your child to have technology in their lives and to be technically literate, because that's really the only way you're going to survive in today's day and age. If you don't know how to operate a computer, it's really going to be hard for you to, find work or be able to survive in school. But I really agree with what Q Dog said, in the sense of you can't let technology be a pacifier for your kid. You have to be active in your child's life. Me and my dad, we're, like I said, we're polar opposites when it comes to technology. But my dad saw that I was something that I was into. He encouraged me to develop my love and interest for it and helped me channel that into a positive energy, which led to me, being able to do things like go to Oklahoma State and pursue computer science, because my dad put me in positive positions to harness my love for technology. But if, like Q Dog and what Philly G were saying, if you are absent from your child's life and not actively being involved with them and teaching them and raising them, to get through the game of life, you're enabling them because they're looking at it like, you ain't here 90% of the time. Why should I listen to you this 10% of the time? Q Dog was right. Technology does raise kids in a lot of situations because parents, like, just so they can have some alone time, they might have had a long day at work. They might not be mature enough to be a parent just yet, but just so happen to get pregnant. They just want their peace and quiet and want some tranquility. And life has shown us, especially nowadays, one of the quickest ways to get a kid to shut up is to give them a tablet with some YouTube, and you ain't got to hear about them for a couple of hours. So it's become an unfortunate parenting method, and I really do wish it would stop. I understand, you as an adult, I understand, firsthand just how hard it is to be out here, working, taking care of responsibilities, but the same time, energy, and effort you put into handling your other responsibilities should go into your kid as well, because your kid is your responsibility also. So if you see that, your son is very into playing Madden or 2K, you can play it with him. You can, sit down, watch him play, give him commentary, bond with him over that. And then once you have that better bond and that better relationship with your child, they're more likely to listen to you when it's time for them to do other things. So might come a point down the road where you'd be like, son, come on outside in here and help me mow this grass, so we can mow the lawn. And he's like, well, this might be pretty cool. My dad is always there with me playing my video game, showing me how to do different things on the game. This might be pretty fun to spend time with my dad, because that's what they've grown to enjoy. Same thing with being a mom. It's cool for your girl to be on social media and stuff, but as a mom, you can, instead of giving her own page at a young age, why don't y'all take pictures together? Why don't y'all do each other's makeup and post pictures on Instagram together? That way you can control who has access to see your child, and you're monitoring them on social media instead of giving them all the power to be on there on their own. Because let's be real, if we were thrown out here into the real world at the ripe young age of 10 or 14, we really wouldn't know what the hell we were doing. And why should we expect a kid to know what the hell they're doing online if we haven't taught them yet? So
absolutely.
I really, really agree with Q Dog's point on that. Like, it's okay to have technology in your kids' life, but you also have to be there as well.
Boy, y'all hitting home runs today. GC said you gotta have all kind of parental controls for you. Have limits. The moment you try to tell your kids to get off iPad, they want to have fits and etc. That's very true.
That's where the belt comes into play.
That's where the belt, And I agree with you, Philly G. I agree with that.
I mean, or shoot, just taking the technology away from them is punishment enough.
But see, that's what you're talking about. When you talk about the punishment comes into play, and that's when the parents get lazy because they don't want to do it.
Yeah,
they don't want to do it. Then they got to the point where they figure like, if I just let them do what they want to do, then I don't have to worry about punishing them. You know what I'm saying? But by being lazy as a parent and not doing your job as a parent, you're creating something that is going to be uncontrollable in the future. A little bit by little, you're building that monster brick by brick. You're building that monster by not stepping in and doing the parenting that you're supposed to do, because that helps you. That helps you not use your vocal cords. That helps you not run your blood pressure up. That helps you not be angry, or whatever. So you're thinking about your condition before you're thinking about what's right for the child. You always supposed to think about what's right for the child, no matter what you have to go to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because what you're trying to do, you're trying to set your child up for success. You're not trying to set your child up, because when you do that, you'll set your child up for disaster. That's what you're doing. You're always supposed to think of the child. Don't think of you.
Yeah.
You is over with. No, you think of the child first, always. The better benefit for the child, no matter whether they like it or not. It's not for them to like it. It's them to do it. Point blank.
To do it.
What you are told.
Yes,
and
sir.
The two things they have lost the fact that you don't have a voice. When they live with you, they don't have a voice, period. They're not supposed to have one, period. Second of all, when someone and your parents tell you to do something, you do it. It's that simple. It makes life more simpler in the house. But when you don't do those and you defy the things that your parents they're doing, that's when the problems come. But when parents don't stand behind that strong, that's when you have these problems. Then you calling people from the outside, the sheriff department and all this, send them to Scared Straight and all that. They don't care nothing about that, because when they come back to you, they're coming back to what they're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't work. That's just temporary. Oh, yeah, okay, then. But when I get home, I know my mama going to do this, my mama going to do that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I had a bad experience last week with my sister and her grandson. He's 14 years old. He going to high school. He did something at the cookout. He disrespected her, so they was talking about it and everything. And and my sister, I told her, it's your fault. I said, I'll be over your house and I'm sitting down with you watching TV. You cook these big dinners and then it's like you got a real triangle. Come and get it. You call him out the room. He's sliding on socks on the wooden floor like he Tom and Jerry. He come in there. He eat good and he sit and he does it. You don't make him do nothing. You got somebody come cut your grass. You don't have a big yard. Get your little $40 lawnmower. Make him get out there and cut that grass. Make him do some work in the house. Make him do something. You created this monster. That's why he don't respect you. That's why he talks against you. You know what I'm saying? You get him all these games. You got him social media, and then you haven't got the respect. You got to get your respect back. And then shows, she didn't say nothing to me about him because I only know one way. I'm going straight right in here. That's where I'm going. Right there off top. I'm going right in there.
I agree.
I'm going right in there. Then we'll talk later.
I remember a time where I wasn't in the yard.
Yeah, I'm saying, but
every Saturday.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is this. When you give, there's nothing wrong with it. We go back to what Mark was saying. There's nothing wrong with social media. I don't get it wrong. But there's more than life than that. You have to teach life. And when you're not teaching it, they think social media that's what life is. Then when they walk across that stage, if they make it across that stage, but when they go out them doors to this real world, it's lions and tigers and bears out there, baby. And we all know that.
Yeah.
And then they turn around and they get mauled and they come back to you.
Yeah, exactly. And then because they weren't prepared. And us as men, and I know Philly G and Mark, y'all ain't crossed that barrier, but it's coming.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna get there. But it's coming. Y'all gonna get there. But I'm gonna tell you, it's imperative for us men to teach our young men, because I remember we talked about this on before. Let's just use the example with Jay on the track when you talk about that tire. But nowadays, man, I remember this had to be. I was in Florida. I was in Bellevue, Florida, and I was driving. I was going to the basketball court, Bellevue, Florida. I seen a girl. It was Carlos down the road. I see the girl changing the tire, and the dude he's sitting on the back of the car like this here, and she changing the tire. What? Like, what? And see, that's what I'm saying. We as men, we hold ourselves. We got to hold ourselves responsible because nowadays kids can't change the tire. You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna Google it. No, we be the Googler. We Google. We should be Google. We're gonna show you how to fish. Or change a tire or tie. We Google. Mm-hmm. We should be Google, not a phone. And that's when the technology come in. Daddy, how you do this? I don't know, son. Just Google it. What? We gotta take accountability for ourselves too. Because I mean, it start with us as in Mark, you uncle, niece, some kid look up to y'all. And y'all deal with some kind of kid. So when they come and say Uncle Mark or Cousin Mark or whatever, I'm just using Mark for example.
So I'm Philly G to the world.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
No, you good, bro. You good. But like I say, man, it started with us. And man, you can't teach the boy something. Go ahead, Q.
Well, let me ask you a question. I know me and you, Aaron, I don't know about Mark or Philly G. We grew up basically without technology. I don't know if Mark did or Philly G. I think y'all grew up with technology.
I was covered to hearing technology.
Yeah, it was coming up. It was just evolving a little bit.
But it was like sometimes I would stay in the house.
Okay, but y'all was growing up with technology, right?
Yeah, I had access to it off rip, especially because I was an only child. Okay,
then you too, Philly G, right? You grew up with technology.
Yeah.
Okay, then, but see, me and Aaron, we didn't have technology. And our parents worked us. We went to work. Like when we wake up in the morning, we out there. They had gardens back then, things to do around the house. We always know how to use certain tools. When we with our father, we had men and people work back then. We didn't have time to sit there and deal with technology. You was built to work early in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning. You up working.
So OG, so like my mom, she was an active parent when it came to me. When it came to everybody, really. But like I said, sometimes I would be in the house on technology, whatever, but there were more times than I can count where I was outside cutting grass, I was outside playing with other kids or something. Mm-hmm. I was either playing moss or I was cutting the grass.
Yeah, you gotta do something.
That was it.
Yeah, but I'm saying, the work, they haven't been given a work ethic. You don't give them a work ethic. So, when they get out in this real world, I mean, how can you be with your lady? I'm just giving an example. How can you be with your girl? And this has happened to my daughter one time. How can you be with a man and your tire get flat? You got a daughter. You be with your man or your girl and a tire get flat and you can't change.
I can't imagine my girlfriend change.
That really says a lot about you, man. That says a lot about you. Then she got to get on her phone. She got to get on her phone and call her dad and tell her daddy that she's stuck. And you with her.
Tell the story. Go ahead and tell it.
Yeah, well, I was telling the story I had was about my daughter. She called me, and she said she was flat. She had a flat tire stuck somewhere. I was at work. So I knew her boyfriend. I said, is he with you? She said, yeah, he with me. And I said, you deserve to be stuck and hung the phone up.
I mean,
the most disappointing. Right. I'm not coming out there to fix a tire, and you got a man right there with you. I don't want to see that sight. I don't want to see it.
You're right.
I tell my girlfriend,
I don't want to see that.
Like sometimes around the house, I might take long to do something, or she'll try to start doing it. For example, cleaning the bathroom. I feel like that's a manly thing. I tell my girlfriend all the time, sit down. Let me go ahead and do what I'm doing. Don't you even put the stuff down and go watch some TV or something. Go ahead and clean it up. Take out the trash. She never has to worry about the trash. I do that. It's like, but get a tire though. I feel like that's one of the most manly things that you can do. But for men to be sitting out here just letting their woman do it, nah, bro.
It's not a good look.
I'm kind of in the middle on that, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Because like I understand. I'm in the middle on that.
Okay.
Because I understand exactly where Q-Dog is coming from, and as a man with like a man's ego and a man's pride, that definitely is a bad look for you to be sitting there while your girlfriend is, calling her dad for help, trying to change the tire on the car. But at the same time, like it's still some people out here like me, like hell, a couple of months ago, I didn't know how to change the battery in my car, but hey, if your computer mess up, I can take a look at it, diagnose it, and fix it for you in a heartbeat. You know what I mean? So certain people are able to do technical things in other ways than some other people are able to do. So it kind of goes both ways, but definitely for sure, it's at the end of the day, I feel like it's no excuse as a man for you to be in that situation because everybody has a cell phone. You can easily get on Google or YouTube and Google how to change a tire on this particular model car. Learn how to change the battery on this particular model car, and at least make the effort to get out there and try to do something. But if you don't even make that effort, then that's definitely a bad look. But I just don't want to make it seem like we're chastising men who can't do certain things that are considered to be stereotypically men.
No, it's just we like I said, we should be the Googles. I'm going to a phone. No, I'm gonna call pops or uncle or whatever. We should be the Google. Go ahead,
Let me ask y'all a question. All three of y'all a question. Do y'all own any tools?
Yeah.
You own any tools, Mark? You own any tools, Philly G?
I got my tool bag somewhere in here.
But you own tools, right?
Yes.
Yes or no? Huh?
Yeah.
You own tools. Why? Why do you have tools?
I got a wife.
I don't know if you're gonna like my answer.
I want to know. I want to hear your answer. Why do you have tools?
The tools that I have, I legitimately have because I've had to make upgrades to my laptop and my PlayStation 5. So in order to make the upgrades I needed to my technology, I had to go out and get a screwdriver and get different heads of the screwdriver, flat
Let me
head, Phillips head, and
Let me
stuff
tell you
like that.
why.
Okay then. Well,
Tell you
Philly G, why you got tools?
Okay.
You never know if you need to fix something around the house. You always
Okay,
gotta-
Aaron got tools. Why you got tools, Aaron?
I got two because I got a son, so when he get Christmas time, I gotta get it. I gotta get the toolbox out. I gotta put stuff together. I got a wife; she buys stuff. I gotta put stuff together. It is what it
Okay,
is.
so what we're saying is that as a man, you notice things need to be fixed.
Yep.
Things break down
They do.
in the home, on the car, or whatever, computer or whatever. So we buy tools so we can fix things. That men are supposed to be good with their hands to be able to fix things. Now I ain't trying to say that you're supposed to be some kind of handyman or nothing like that. But men keep tools for moments like this when things break down. Okay, that's what a man does. You know what I'm saying? So what happens is something break down and you around your woman, or she has something to break down and she wants something to fix, and you don't have no type of tools. Well, baby, hold on. Let me look at it for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Pull out your little tools, see what you can do. You see what I'm saying? Then when she see you do that, she gonna start smiling. She gonna start smiling because she said, "I got a man that's kind of handy." She don't care if you be a perfect handyman, but you can be kind of handy. Just be able to fix a few things. You know what I'm saying? That's what a man do. But if you say you can't fix nothing, you don't know how to use a screwdriver. You know what I'm saying? A hammer. I mean, bro, because things going to break down. Problems going to happen. You got to be a problem solver. When it comes to that in your home, in your life, or with your girl or your wife, you got to be a problem solver. When the problems happen, who it come to? Who it come to? Do it go to the wife? Do it go to the son, or daughter, or to the husband? Who's going to end up on?
True.
It's going to end up on the man all the time. So you got to be ready.
Oh yeah.
And then when your son see you do this, he smiles. Your daughter see you do, "Oh, my daddy, he can get that." Or they'll tell people, "Oh, my daddy can fix that." Or my daddy can do this.
Mm-hmm.
Or I seen my daddy do that. And that's part of being a man, and with technology, you were not teaching them how to fix things. And all they want to do is just be on Instagram and don't know how to use their hands. And because things like that gonna happen around them.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you ride with your girlfriend and her tire get flat, you want her to call her daddy? That's not a good look on you, bro. You don't want that.
And look, don't be jealous at the next man when he come fix it.
Right.
You should learn yourself.
Huh?
Hell, key dog, being on Instagram and TikTok can look be beneficial in that regard too, because you never know what you might learn. I mean, I learned how to.
But that's what they're not trying. But they're not trying to learn that. They're not trying to learn how to fix nothing on there.
They're doing other things. Right?
Yeah, they ain't trying to learn the good stuff that's actually on there. That's the good stuff. It is good stuff on Instagram. I agree with you. Like I say, man, it's stuff on social media that's very helpful.
But I'm gonna ask you a question. Have you ever changed a tire, Mark?
Yeah.
Have you ever changed a tire, Big A?
Yes, sir.
How about you, Philly G?
Well, a few times, yeah.
Okay, you changed the tire. It's gonna happen in a man's life sometime. I don't care. They get flat. I mean, come on now. That's the inevitable. But do you want to be with your girl? And you trying to impress her, you trying to be, show that you the good man in her life and all this, and bam, her tire get flat. And then turn around, you sitting there looking like a damn zombie. Don't know what to fucking do. Now she got to get on the phone. She got to get on the phone and call her daddy.
Yeah.
Her daddy come out there.
Yeah. She got to pull out the phone and call her daddy. I might.
You got to explain to her daddy why you don't know how to change the tire. Or Mr. So-and-so, I would have did, but I ain't never. And thing about it, it's not the fact that you don't know how to change a tire. What I'm trying to say is, if you got good teaching in your home, as a boy, or you got a father figure around, they teach you how to change a tire, because maybe not you might not have a flat, but your girl might have a flat. Mm-hmm. And then you can be able to handle this situation, because it happens in a man's life some point in his life. It happens.
It'll make you
But
look
that
like a
goes
hero.
back to the bigger issue, though, Q Dog. You have a lot of people in today's day and age, especially around the age of me and Philly G, who didn't have a fatherly figure in their lives, didn't have a man in their lives to teach them this kind of stuff. So, they're going out here in the real world with nobody ever there to teach them this kind of stuff. So it goes back to the bigger point that you had made earlier, especially us as fathers. You have to be active in your kids' lives as a man, because like Q Dog said, you never know what kind of path life is going to take them down, where the
Right.
things that you teach them at a young age are going to come back to benefit them as an adult. But at the end of the day, it all goes back to you have to actually be in the child's life and teaching them these things.
But think about it, when I was coming up, I used to see people working on cars, changing tires and all this old kind of stuff like that. I would go ask questions because I wanted to know, how do you do that right there? They don't mind telling you. My sister used to get her car worked on, go get her car worked on, I jump in the car. We ride to the mechanic shop and everything. She get out, I'm walking around talking to different mechanics. I'm at 12, 13 years old because I want to know how does a car stop? So they tell me, they showing me this. Okay, then yeah, okay. Because I wanted to learn. I didn't have no game or nothing like that interests me to keep my attention like that. I want to know about things fascinating that's happening in life that I didn't know about. So let me ask an older man. He ain't got to be my father or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm willing to learn. I'm thirsty for knowledge.
Yeah.
So any kind of way that I want to learn, I'm gonna learn. So kids now, they don't want to learn. They just want to be Instagram. They don't want to learn about things in life. But you have to challenge them away from that, because sooner or later they're gonna be grown just like us, coming out in this rough world trying to survive to make a living. We gotta know them let them know how the do's and don't, what strings to pull, what to avoid. Instagram don't teach that. They don't teach that. Period.
And that's why,
And
like,
for us to sit there and chip them and give them the devices constantly and don't do that part of parenting, we are doing them a terrible injustice.
Mm-hmm.
We are, and it's our fault. It's our fault because we fail to teach. And the reason why we don't teach like that, we don't take away the talent. We don't do it because we don't want to hear their mouth.
That is true.
We don't want to hear their mouth because they got a voice, a democracy. They can talk now. They can tell you what they don't like and the reason why they shouldn't be doing that. No, that don't supposed to go in the household. They don't supposed to be telling you nothing. They don't like nothing. Why they should be doing it. They should just do it like Nike.
You better get it, Philly G.
Go ahead,
OG, if you got more, I'm sorry, I'm just making.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead. I get the ramming on. Go ahead.
He on fire right now, boy.
Yeah.
I ain't messing with him.
My mind, my Uncle Lee, man, he rest in peace. He was a mechanic for over 30 years, but every time that we talked, like, we would talk about cars and how the pieces go together. What makes this part work? What makes the car go? What makes the car stop? What makes the car go in reverse? Like stuff like that. And like those little collectible cars or whatever that you could put together yourself.
Yeah.
He taught me how to put those together. And then he showed me like how to put an actual like car together, quote unquote, to speak, where the engine goes and how you're supposed to put the engine in for this car or that car, showing me the models of cars and years of cars. It's like, it was pretty dope. And now I look back on it, I thank God for my Uncle Lee, because back to the tire thing, I wouldn't be able to fix a tire.
See, now you Google,
Right?
So you Google now. So now you get to pass on your knowledge to your kid. You Google right now. And same way, like real quick with my Uncle Wes. Shout out to my Uncle Wes, man. My Uncle Wes, man, whoa. When I was a kid, he was tough on me. Holy smoke, boy. He was tough. He was tough, boy. And he was, Uncle Wes, he's about 6'3". I was a little kid. I used to look up. And he, one thing, my Uncle Wes, you're going to look him in the eye. When you talking, you ain't going to look to the side. You're going to look him right in the eye. So he's sitting there talking to you. You got to do this when you get older. When you do this, you got to do that, and you got to do this. I want you to take it. And one thing my Uncle was always instilling me to this day is a haircut. I know it's simple. I always keep a haircut and those of you that know me, I'm in there every Saturday. There's one thing he instilled in me. He's always pointing me to always keep a haircut because you just never know who's looking at you. It just he's Google. You know what I'm saying? He's in the place of Google. So now that's instilled in me. Now I'm Google. So now my son, I gotta pass that down to my son now. Is keeping your haircut and stuff like that. Now, even and speaking of my son, my wife does it when my son is out from school. He don't be home watching TV all day. She make him do stuff in the book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he do stuff in the book. He plays. He's active now. He plays t-ball and stuff like that. He want to get into other stuff like that, but he do things. Now he got a phone. He look at cartoons and stuff like that. That's fine, but he does do stuff. Not around here, you don't do it like that because I didn't say that I didn't grow up with technology and stuff like that too, but I grew around old school with old pops. He look outside and he just look out there in that yard and he say, youngster, branches need to be picked up. God, dog, as soon as I'm about to turn on the TV, well, as soon as I had a PS1, PlayStation 1, as soon as I'm cranking it, youngster, you need, I can't do nothing. So now I started getting in the routine. So when I come home, I change my clothes, go out there and clean the dog pen, go out there and cut the grass. You know it's coming. You know it's coming. So and again, he taught me a lot of stuff, even with fishing. I love fishing. It may come a day. Hell, I'm not saying it might come a day when that's all you got to do is fish to get food or hunt or whatever. I know those things now because of what he taught me. Not a phone, not the internet, is what he taught me. And like you said, laziness, is this laziness. We don't want to deal with the discipline of children. We don't want to deal with it. And we really don't want to teach them. We tired. We can't do that. We have to be the internet. We are as men. Start with us as men. We are the internet. They come to us for information. They come for us for teaching, not a phone. Because I would feel kind of bad if my son pick up a phone and say, "How to do a podcast?" What? Wait a minute. I'm right here. You don't answer phone. I'm right here. So I will feel bad on that. And we have to become Googlers. We got to become Google. We are Google. Well, what you got there, Q Dog? I see you itching.
Oh yes, I'm gonna piggyback on what you're saying as far as when you say that your uncle used to be, we tell you something that you look up at him and that was the big thing back then. The adults would sit there and sit you down. They would sit you down and talk to you. You see, now they don't have to. The adults and the men that's now, the children don't look to men like that. Yeah. They look through social media. Social media is teaching them. And that's how now it used to be back in the day, because when I used to be like that, when I was a kid, 12, 13 years old or whatever, an adult told me something, I stood straight and listened to everything they said. And I knew one thing. I knew they wasn't telling me this for nothing. It scared me. And they were telling me about things I'm going to face in my life and things that you need to be doing this, you need to be doing that. But I soaked it in like a sponge in my head. Because I'm just a kid. I don't even know what they're talking about. But I know this grown man is not wasting his time. I already knew that. So I never disrespected him. I listened to him and took the information in. He was giving me, he was giving me a sword to fight with on my journey through life. So hey, that was valuable information. A lot of times, if you talk to a kid now, that old man don't know what he's talking about. This and that. They pull the phone right out and just start going on social media. Mm-hmm. That's who's teaching them. Pull it right out. Mm-hmm. The information you just told him to help him pioneer through life, he threw that out the window because he didn't respect you as being old school, that he trying to go the same way you been. So he throws that out and go to the phone. The phone will tell me what I need to do. Mm-hmm. That's how he thinks.
It's social awkward. It's awkward too, man. Social like if you go to a group, just a gathering, and you see most of the young kids, they got their head buried in the phone instead of interacting with other people. They
Yeah.
don't know how to interact with other people.
That's a big. I mean, that's a big thing everywhere. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
it's everywhere, bro. It's
but,
everywhere.
I mean, they're taking the word social out of human life.
Yeah,
That's what you're supposed to do when you go around people. You're supposed to be social. But how can you go somewhere with a group of people and everybody pulling out the cell phone?
Yep.
That's not social. That's not being social. You're supposed to get up and meet and greet, laugh, have fun, meet somebody, make a new friend.
It's a commercial like this, and the girl doing this here, and they say, "Well, say hi." Hi. See what I'm saying? Ain't even looking at you. Just say hi. Hey, how you doing?
I'm not going. I'm gonna tell you something. One thing about me, I'm not dating a woman, and I'm not going out with a woman or being in a relationship with a woman. And every time we together, she pulling out a cell phone. That will not work for me. I promise you that it will not work. I don't care. If we together, we are socializing.
Yeah.
Pull that phone away when we get through socializing or whatever. You can pull it, but while you're with me, we are communicating.
Yeah.
I'm not playing that game. I don't play that game right there. No, that's like talking to a kid. I don't play that. You know, you're in front of an adult. You know, we're here together to have some fun and enjoy each other. That's what we need to do. You do not pull out that phone trying to worry about what somebody else is doing.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. You worry about that later when you're away from me.
Look, I tell my girlfriend, look, put the cell on the table, click that off button. You right here right now. Look, Marcus,
especially when you're trying to get some.
Mark, your best friend will get his call later. You would be.
Yeah, especially when you're trying to get some. Put that phone. Chuck that motherfucker.
But see, I know that's kind of hard to do. You know, that's part of our lives now. Cell phones, you know, that's the way we go and everything. But you still got to understand it's a time and a place.
Yeah.
Time and a place, man. And so you know that if we're in any kind of gathering or we together, we need to communicate. We don't need that phone. We need to communicate to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I didn't bring you around here so you can just sit on the phone and what you want me to do. Who you want me to talk to? You on the phone, so who you want me to talk to? Now, it's getting irate to the point where, you know, it's like I said, it's a time. The children at night, you need to take that phone at 8 o'clock at night before they go to bed, before they go to school, because they up all night on that phone, and then they get to school, they can't do their work, they're laying their head on their desk because they're tired. They've been on the phone all night long.
Mm-hmm.
7 o'clock on the dot.
Yeah, you can't trust them to be responsible with that kind of power. You cannot trust them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
so you take it away
on their phone, on that social media and all that. Yeah.
Now they might fight, do all this, let them do what they want to do, but they know that 8 o'clock every night they're supposed to get the phone. They'll start laying it down at 8 o'clock at night. They know the routine. You know what I'm saying? So we have to. It's nothing wrong with technology, but we got to know there's a time and place. You know what I'm saying? Even for adults, not only children. You know what I'm saying? So we got to get back to social living, the social life, you know, social skills, you know, private life. Stop telling everybody you're going on vacation on social media so you can get robbed. Stop all this stuff. It's crazy. I mean, it's crazy mess, man. We can't. What do you want people to do? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's okay, but it's just really taking over life, and we cannot have that. We got to get back to having the type of life that we have as adults and getting our children right and letting them know there's more than life than social media. Social media cannot get you out of every situation. You got to learn how to think for yourself, provide for yourself. Social media can't keep that. So I'm glad I'm not a parent these days. Thank God. Thank God I ain't. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you. Thank you, God. You know,
look, you know, with the way that you are, I think if you was a parent today's day and age, it wouldn't be that bad. At least the kid wouldn't come out that bad because you would still be active and trying to teach them, you know, how to get through the game of life. You wouldn't just be pacifying them with technology. So I don't think you do that bad, Q-Dog.
Ladies and gentlemen.
No, but they wouldn't like me though. See, think about it, Mark. See, I'm going to cut y'all off, G. But the thing about it, let me chime in. Let me chime in on what he just said. Just the thing about it is that I can be that type of parent, but when they go outside in the culture sector to play with their friends tell them how they living in their house, how they doing things, this and that, where I don't allow. So they trying to boost my child head up, and he come back in the house he got his chest out. So when my friends, they got fun, my friends do this and that, and then that thing, pow! I don't care what your friends telling you. This is how I run my house. You know what I'm saying?
I lived that life quite literally. Yeah. I lived that life, what you just described. My dad was a firm believer in hard work, discipline, and the old saying, spare the rod, spoil the child. So I'm saying the old school methods, man, they can still work in today's day, and they living proof.
They still work. They still work. They still work.
And they still work.
But it's gotta be you and the parent y'all gotta be on the same page with the old school method. You gotta be on the same page. They will gravitate to her because of what they can get. She'll be light on them and all this old kind of stuff. That sternness wouldn't work if both of y'all not stern.
Right.
I agree with you on that, bro.
Go ahead, Phyllis G. Let me stop.
But yeah, like just to give y'all a little insight on my mom growing up, she was the same way. The work ethic that she's had. She worked for over 40 years of her life. My mama, not to put her information out there, but my mom was 67 years old, still working to this day too. But work ethic, take care of yourself, carry yourself in this world with some respect. You know what I'm saying? Like you were saying, host, about like having a haircut and taking care of yourself, grooming yourself, walking out in this world. Show that you came up in a household where your parents did care about you. They were involved in your life. Show that you come from a home that respects themselves.
Talk about it.
And I think that's kind of lost today too. With today, like these kids today, very disrespectful. The word thrown around a lot. I just don't like it in these little kids, bro. Like I'm saying, that word "no" kills me every time. Like I was saying earlier too, I'm known to the world as Philly G, but when it comes to my nieces and nephews, I'm Uncle G. The role model, the one that right. You say no to your parents, I'm gonna hop on your hey.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm no. She said do something, do it. Or don't say you. He said do
there you
something,
go.
do it.
There you go.
So they got me.
You do it. It's just that simple.
And like Mark, we're around the same age.
I mean,
go ahead, OG. I'm sorry.
I love it. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying that the subject of we're talking about, we let the internet raise our children. When we see that the internet is trying to do the job we're supposed to do, we step in front of the internet.
Right.
They're being just so lazy nowadays, man. They're being so lazy because if I give them the tablet, I give them the earpods, or I give them, then that helps me. I ain't got to do the things I'm supposed to do as a parent.
No,
I'm gonna do what I got to do as a parent if it kills me. If it kills me, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I don't care if you're gonna like it. No, you ain't gonna like it. I promise you ain't gonna like it, but you're gonna do it. And then you'll thank me later. You'll thank me later when you get about 35 and you're out there, you're being successful, and your friends are falling to the wayside. You're gonna be thankful for this good teaching that you got. That's what you're gonna be thankful for. It's not for you to like or whatever. Don't thank me now. I don't even want. Just do it and then thank me later. That's what I want you to do. But the internet is not. It's supposed to raise your children. There's no way. But that's the way it's going. That's the way parents are lazy, man. That's just at the end of the day, it falls on them, and they are lazy. They want to be part-time parents. That's all they want to be. You know what I'm saying? And so we can tell. We can be around the family. We can tell when internet is raising the children. We can be around. We can see. It's obvious.
Yep.
The disrespect, like Philly G talking about disrespect. How they disrespect their parents right in front of people. Yeah. Because if they do it in front of you, you know it's going down in the house. You know it's going down.
Yes, sir.
So fast, boy.
And like I said, I thank God I'm not raising children in the generation. I can't do it. I'm glad.
No, that's right.
But
That
stop letting the internet raise your children. That's all I got. Stop it, please. Please stop.
This music sound bad. It sound bad, don't it?
Yeah, I don't like that, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand that, big dog. I'm here, man. Hey, like you said.
Be a full-time parent, not a part-time. Be a full-time. Even if it kills you, be a full-time parent.
Right. All the time and every time.
That's right.
All the time and every time, man. All right, man. Hey, Mr. President, you got anything before we get out of here?
Hey, no, sir. I think Q Dog said it best, man. It's okay to have technology in your kids' lives because that's just the day and age that we live in, but you got to be in your kids' lives also. At the end of the day, that's the message.
Yes, sir. Technology is going to forever be here, man. It's forever be here, but we shouldn't get lazy with it, you know. I love technology. I love it. I'm not really Mark. I think Mark is the most tech savvy. I don't know too much about it. I mean, my wife, she pretty tech savvy, so I mean, but I can do what I can. I mean, but don't let it get you lazy.
Like I grew up with technology, but I'm not really.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm not.
Mark on God level.
No, I'm not, bro.
Well, you know how I feel about technology. I mean, I think, like I said, the cell phone, that's the best device mankind ever made. And technology will continue to grow and grow and grow. But I mean, we got our social skills, man. We got to get those back, and that comes from the home. You get taught that from the home, and that you can go out in the world and be able to communicate with adults and establish yourself as a man and a woman. So, shout out to technology. We're not saying nothing. We're not bad-mouthing technology, but we're telling the parents to step up and be full-time parents. Don't be part-time and let technology have the other part. Don't do that. You create a monster, then you want somebody else to come and tame it. Don't do it.
It's very true. What happened to Philly G? He got split in two.
Yeah, I
we
know.
got Uncle G and we got Philly G.
No.
Yeah, he is split in two, right into, like down the middle. There you go.
Yeah, my bad. That's the internet lacking, man.
You good?
What's going on with that? Oh, damn.
I heard you talking junk about it.
I hate this internet sometimes. I tell you, God dang it. I tell you, I'm trying to get it fixed right now. See, still skipping. But oh well, I'm here. Well, man, that's all for the lounge. That is all for the lounge today, man. I tell you, it is a good thing, man. That's why it's important, man. We got the OG here, man. The OG, biblically they say they call it old because they know the way. And the man
that's right. I know the way, baby. Follow me.
No, you know it now. Hey, that's right. Hey, I'm with you. I'm with you, man. You just showed me the when and the where. I already know how. You know what I'm saying? But it's good, man. Hey, good. I mean, that's all for the lounge today, man. We hope that we have shed some light on a few things as far as how to be more of a man and more be hands-on, like a hands-on parent, hands-on aunt, uncle, mentor, role model. Most importantly, a better man. So, I can't even talk, man. I'm happy that and good to see Mr. President and Philly G and the legend himself, Q Dog, on the show and on the Man to Man Lounge. I'm telling you, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. These guys are some gems, and like I say, man, this show is very, very important to me, and I just love hearing from my brothers and hearing their experience. So it's good to hear Philly G's experience and Mr. President, and of course the legendary Pastor Q Dog. Used to give it all, man. All right, man. So we'll be back Tuesday, man. Don't forget about us Tuesday, 7 p.m., man. We got sports to talk about again, man. We will be on Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen, sports to talk about. Of course, we got the NFL and the NBA, and we got that trivia. Old Wall Street putting it on the line against Philly G. Against Philly G. So, man, we will see you guys Tuesday, 7 p.m. Q Dog, it's an honor, bro. It's an honor. It's an honor. Good show, man. Good show, Q Dog. We appreciate
I
all
appreciate
that.
it, bro.
Yes,
You know
sir.
how I'm
Yes,
out there
sir.
trying. You know what I'm saying? We that's what we do. We're not on the sports podcast, but we try to help men be better men
Yeah.
and give them our experience, and so they can take their children and be men. That's what it's called about.
Absolutely.
And so
You help
we're
me.
glad to do this. We'll continue to do this. And hopefully we touch some people out there, you know what I'm saying, and gave them some valuable information, how to move forward in their lives and save their household. If your household is being erratic, technology is taking over your household.
Yes.
I hope you listen to the podcast. I want you to step up. We need some men to step up, not back up. We need to step up. Don't back up. Never back up. Step up.
Stick your chest out.
Stick your chest out and back up like the eagle. I want you to step up, baby, and grab that thing by the horn. Yes, sir.
Legendary words from the legend himself, the OG. Come on back, man. Tuesday, 7 p.m., man. We got more Real Sports Podcast for you, man. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up for this show, man. We sure need it, man. Don't give a thumbs up, man. And, of course, everybody, be safe and stay safe. We out.